Hello, and welcome to a new review on Foos Entertainment. This is my third review today, so forget the monster. Because like I said, I actually watched these movies before I review them. Don't rape people's nicotine. Well, the movie we're reviewing now will be Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. This is my favorite one of the franchise. It's my favorite one growing up as a kid. It's my favorite one today. Is it the wildest phantasm of them all? That I would actually say, yes, it is. It's definitely the wildest one. Is it the funnest one? No. But it is the wildest. I think the funnest Phantasm movie is Phantasm Ravager, also known as Phantasm 5. This one's definitely the wildest though. So they are right when they say that on the back right here. But, yeah. This takes place approximately probably 2 minutes, maybe 3, after the events of Phantasm 2. It is nice that Michael Baldwin replenishes his role is Mike, rather than having somebody else play the character of Mike like it had in the second movie. And Jody also comes back in this movie too, in an alien form. He's actually transforms him into a characterization of his former self, but he's actually a sentinel, one of the spears. He's actually one of them, but he does come back in this one. This film is more about Reggie. He kind of holds this movie on his own. Like I said, he is the main hero of all these movies. It's actually Reggie, not Mike. Of course, people can argue that as much as they want, but that's how I look at it. So it takes place a few minutes after the second film, to where we see the climax in which the tall man caught up with Reggie and Mike. They kill Mike's girlfriend by decapitating her and ripping her head off. So they wrote that character off. It's kind of a shame because that would have been an interesting character to see evolve. Then we see Mike in the hospital, recovering from his fatal wounds or whatever from the second film. And then basically find out that one of them is a zombie from the tall man, the nurse that was caring for him. So we're seeing him go on a run again. The tall man catches up with Mike, abducts him, and trying to gather up gear at Reggie's house. And then pretty much the entire movie until about the middle is Reggie in pursuit of rescuing Mike from the tall man. He then befriends a teenage boy who is the son of the sheriff of a town that tall man pretty much demolished and enslaved the population, turned into a ghost town, which is what he did to a lot of towns by this point in time. Well, they finally catch up to the tall man with the help of a army retiree, which is a black woman named Rocky. You meet along the way too. A lot of characters in this movie, I might add. That are significant in later movies. Then you go on to the climax taking place in a Mortonarian home again, like you have in the first two. This one is supposedly the biggest one in the continental United States. We also discover something we all expected with the first two films, that Tall Man is actually a phobic of the cold. Essentially, that's how they try to stop him in this one, is they try to freeze him. Doesn't quite work. But of course, it did work, but yet it doesn't work. And that really doesn't get exposed until Phantasm Ravager, when they actually explain that. But we'll get to that when we get to that film. Jodie plays a role in tutoring Mike to figure out what is happening to him and why the Tall Man is so obsessed. It seems that the Tall Man actually put a spear inside Mike's head, and he's actually conforming and turning into an alien like the Tall Man. That's his plan for Mike, is actually to make Mike one of his own kind. That's what this all has been all about for all these films so far, is he's trying to convert Mike into him, essentially. Then by the end of the movie, Mike goes his own way, battling it out with the forces taking over him with the help of Jodie. Pretty wicked scenery, because you actually, at a couple of scenes in the movie, you actually see the metal right here instead of his eyes. You actually see metal instead. It's kind of cool how they expose that. Reggie, by the end of the movie, is held up by a lot of sentinel spears, being confined. The teenage boy gets grabbed by a dwarf minion, and the Tall Man's tap line is, "It's never over." And then voila. That's how the movie ends. I don't know what it is about this movie that I like Phantasm 3 better than all the other ones. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that it's like a Reg Man one installment of it, because most of these films he's the main hero in them, but they don't concentrate so much on him as they do in this one, until the last movie, which is Phantasm 5, which is unfortunately the last movie for unfortunately tragic reasons, but I will get to that when we get to Phantasm Ravager tomorrow. But basically, it's just a good movie, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and talk about the quality. This one, because it was the first direct-to-video release, this one's in 178 by 1 widescreen instead of 185, like the first two, which went to theaters. This one looks really fucking good. It actually has a lot of warm and neutral, not so much cool color temperatures in it, but it's very well detailed. I am very impressed with this collector's edition set containing all the films, because they all look really good. And that's definitely the case with this one. I mean, I've seen this movie so many times in the Anchor Bay DVD. I saw it so many times with the original Universal VHS release. But this right here tops it all, because it just looks that crystal clear compared to the other previous formats for this movie. The 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio. Because this film was made in 1993, this one actually sounds more like it contained a Dolby Digital sound source during this release, because it actually has a lot of surround and stereo and mono tracks being used perfectly in subwoofer effects, much like a modern movie. So I would say this one is probably contained with a 5.1 track to begin with, which is why the quality is so good compared to the first two movies, in which they were not. But yeah, lots of good sound in this one. You get Scrim's great in this movie, Reggie Bannister's great in this movie, Michael Baldwin is great in this movie. Having Jodie's character back, played by Bill Thornberry, The first movie, it's definitely a pleasure to see everybody in this movie. It does take a downfall in the next movie, but then picks up again in the fifth film. And I'll get to that when I review Phantasm for Oblivion tomorrow. But yeah, this movie is just a really good one. And that's pretty much all there is to say about Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. Did you like Phantasm 3? Did you not like Phantasm 3? Do you like this video? Do you not like this video? As always, subscribe, hit the like button, share this video with others, check on me from time to time, whatever you want. Well, I got another review later I gotta do for Psycho 3, so I will see you guys next time. Bye.